My name is Steve Janisch. I'm 25 years old from St. Paul, Minnesota. Graduated from North St. Paul High School in 2005. I started skiing when I was 13. I had quit hockey and my big brother downhill skied, so I got after it myself. First resort I ever skied at was Afton Alps. I skied only there for probably the first 4 or 5 years I ever skied. I got the name Skier Steve from my days back at Afton. I was about the only skier at the resort, and all my friends snowboarded at the time, so I was the skier that tagged along in the park and when we were kind of first hitting handrails all those years ago.
I would describe Steve as a skier Steve. He's inspired me by just being there pretty much since I've grown up riding and throwing down every time I see him. He's just inspirational.
Pretty much from day one, I was a park skier. Before I had ever skied, my parents were all about getting me skis because they didn't want to rent, and so I got Atomic race skis because they had checker flags. They looked like they'd be pretty fast, but that was the year the 1080 came out, and after my first lesson, I was already doing little 180s over the spine, so about 3 weeks later, got some Salomon 1080s, the original orange graphic. I guess as far as skiing is concerned, I've been in the game for a while, and I've just kind of grown up with the sport in the state, and we got a pretty tight ski community here, and I guess the longer you ski, the more wisdom you obtain and knowledge you hold, and I'm excited to share that with anybody else out on the hill with me. So, about my 3rd year coaching now for Nybora.
He's a great coach, really good guy. He's crazy. I don't even have names for it, it's insane. Nybora rocks. Thanks for all the help, Steve.
Through school, I guess I just assumed college was the next step, and my parents definitely kind of helped usher me right into a tech school. Glad I went to Dunwoody. It was a quick 2-year degree for graphic design, which is something I was into, is either that or architecture. A little too much math and architecture, but again, to kind of have that degree to fall back upon now is pretty nice, and I think if I got a taste of Colorado or anywhere else a little sooner, who knows if it ever would have happened. Following Dunwoody, I got a great internship that followed through to a full-time job. I had that for over a year. It was great. Paid time off to make time for ski trips, an income that allowed for those ski trips. But that was kind of when the economy went down the drain. I had about 20 years less experience than everybody else at my job, and it was kind of right at about May. And so the Mount Hood summer was coming up, and it was a great time and opportunity to head out west and ski on the glacier for the summer. When I came back from Oregon and kept my design skills sharp by doing a lot of freelance work, worked for Fifth Element as their graphic designer, doing a lot of their, in-store performances, sale signage. Did Atmosphere's homecoming show for the U of M. Got a CD cover for Atmosphere, so that's kind of cool. Even as a free little disc, just everybody knows Atmosphere. Also with my role at Pineski's, being able to host events and whatnot, I've been able to brand them, whether it be Master Shredder.
There can only be one Master Shredder.
Under the Lights, Enda's Gnar. A lot of these contests I'm able to not only kind of do the flyer, but also include all aspects of branding and knowledge in the workplace for food package design, but kind of take that and give back to skiers, snowboarders. I think that's true about a lot of people in the Midwest. If the sport's given you so much, as you grow older, it just seems right to give right back to it. I'm an absolute firm believer that, whether it's events or sponsoring regional riders, the shop plays a crucial role in kind of the progression of the sport in general and uniting kind of all the people that are out there. I still compete when I can. I'm kind of the old guy out there now, but if there's ever, an open rail jam, I'll definitely still compete. If I make finals, I'm happy, but I like the pressure in an otherwise kind of uncompetitive sport. It is kind of fun that, you need to land those tricks, here and now if you're gonna make it to finals. I'm definitely open to what the future has in store for me. if I can stay in the ski scene, you know, obviously that's best case scenario. Maybe I end up getting an industry job above and beyond the shop someday. Maybe I end up back at a design house. Either way, I'll kind of go with the flow, but I'll always be a skier, and I always try to be as involved as I can. Bill got this nice picture of me from the OJ rail. Something kind of cool to always look back on. Average day starts off with a cup of coffee. Usually go to the shop, either work if it's a Tuesday, Thursday, then head over to Highland for Nybora. If it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, get to sleep in a little bit, end up closing up the shop. Got planning to actual construction and graphic of a longboard we did at the shop, so kind of cool.
That was a sleeper about 280. Not like
Troopers.
4 fingers. Oh yeah, Steve.
Oh yeah. How with the old... Want to detune on your new ones?
No.
No?
No, you're not gonna hit too many rails on them this year.
Edgy. Look at the ceiling up here, there's a bunch of goodies. Well, this is my job. Kneski Ski Shop. Either selling skis, tuning skis, selling snowboards, do it all. Armada coming out with their own park bit. Super good retention. Things I've learned through working at a ski shop, certain things that make me a little angry is when a good skier ends up settling for that cheaper cap construction ski that isn't going to hold up to a whole season long of rail riding, and dealing with that angry parent that wonders why the ski blew up and, you know, their kids riding tow rope 5 days a week for a full season. Things I do like about the industry right now: camouflage. I'm a big fan of camo. Glad to see that made a comeback this year, especially north of the cities up here. Thanks for holding. This is Steve. Appreciate the call. Yeah, we'll see ya. I'm a big fan of Armada's elf shoe technology. I've been skiing the Alphas for a few years now, and there's nothing else like it out there, so.
There you go. Hell yeah. New skis to replace the old skis.
The building originally used to be a bunch of small shops and an apartment. My boss started up here, and over 25 years grew to 2 levels and bought the whole building. After work, stopping home real quick, grab the gear, get some food, and head over to Highland for Nybora tonight. I'm glad that, you know, after 10, 15 years of being around the sport now, it's so much more developed, and there's so much higher caliber product and riders, and just everything about the industry is, I guess, more formal, and, you know, you have a lot of great options out there now.
Just rolled up to Highland. Got a couple hours to take some free laps before Nybora starts tonight. Catch some sunlight. That's what rope life's about right there. Just swap it out for another. If I can get a discount on gloves, I'd probably do glove protectors for you.
Empire Production.
Yeah, I'm a guy. I represent the Empire. So me a say, and them if you don't sell it, it's a side. So live good and do good. Let me tell you about karma. You see what goes around. Let me tell you about karma. It comes right back around. Let me tell you about karma. You see what goes around, let me tell you about karma. It comes right back around. Me know some things about karma, listen, make me tell you quick. Me girl we always faithful, always steady when me sick. Me this all for your new chick, now is a witch me end up with. Now me vex and chase me ex, me better quit. That a karma, girlfriend find a new man, start to date because me bored. Feel like need a wiper, flipping face across the floor. Life turn around, me get the break, my gun pan tour. Now you get your heart break, your man a treat you like a whore. Me and my friend are roll, me never sell him out. But the boy get bad mind and make police correct me house. Every day I'm into court, but life is not a joke. Me get 2 years in a prison, but me yes I do jump out. That a karma. You see what goes around, let me tell you about karma. It comes right back around, let me tell you about karma. You see what goes around, let me tell you about.
Trying to get a front 4 mute over the A-frame. Just need the grab now. It's actually pretty nice. Supposed to get super cold early next week, so we'll enjoy the 20s while we got them. Tow ropes, keeping it warm. Nice hot laps at Highland.
Stories about a dirty pedophile who decide to change him life, settle down and get a child. You cannot escape karma, not sometimes it take a while. Now your daughter get raped, or you feel inside. You start to make the paper now, so you change your friend. You not yell me in the street, you no remember me face again. Your money running out, but your rich days ahead. You jack back in the ghetto, a big split take and blame. You see what goes around, let me tell you about karma. It comes right back around, let me tell you about karma. You see what goes around, let me tell you about karma. It comes right back around, let me tell you about karma. You see what goes around, let me tell you about karma. It comes right back around, let me tell you about karma. You see what goes around, let me tell you about karma. It comes right back around.